All right, welcome back. Welcome back. What's going on, everybody? My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Let's talk about this Shannon Sharpe story. So this guy, he's being caught red-handed with his hands in the jar. Gentlemen, you have a lot to lose. You have to be careful out there. It's not enough to try to be perfect. It's not enough to try to control or create a perfection narrative. The requirement is actually not perfection. The requirement is to understand that you have a lot to lose, and fairness. This life is already fair. So, what are we talking about? There's a story here. I'm looking at it on the TMZ. Basically, this guy tried to pay an OnlyFans model $10 million. Okay, he offered to pay a grape accuser, okay, an essay accuser, at least $10 million. Now, I think the person has filed lawsuit now in the last few days, and the person is asking for, I think, $50 million, with the help of a guy who is notorious for doing this kind of stuff. The same guy that was behind the Jay-Z lawsuit. His name is, I think, it's Tony Busby. Yeah, Tony Busby. That's his name. So the guy is notoriously known for filing this kind of frivolous lawsuits. But again, there is no smoke without fire. Okay. So, but the idea is that you want to be careful in this world, because there are people that actually get paid. The higher you go in society, there are people that get paid literally to pull you down. There are people that get paid. Listen to what I just said carefully. There are people that their job is to pull you down. You don't have to be a celebrity. It could be in any arena of life. There are people that their job is to look for opportunities. They're looking for a place where you will slip up. This is Tony Busby right here. All right. So let me read this TMZ report real quick. I'm gonna give my take on this overall. All right, and my take is not going to be about judgment. Okay, it's about be careful. My take is not going to be shaming, insult. I'm just gonna tell you the kind of life or the kind of world that we live in. It's a very dangerous code word, but life is beautiful. You just have to be wise. All right. All right, so hit like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live again. Shannon Sharpe, 54, I think he's 54 years old. Yeah, something like that. His hands been caught in the red jar with a 20-year-old OnlyFans model who has since filed lawsuit. In the past few days, a massive lawsuit against him. This is also happening in the wake of Shannon Sharpe negotiating $100 million deal because of his highly successful Shay Club podcast. He can kiss that goodbye right now, because I don't know if that's gonna happen again. Because no brand, no meaningful or any brand that care about their brand will want to associate with this kind of accusations. But this is what Shannon Sharpe had to say. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. This is what he had to say. Okay, I found it. There you go. Let's listen to this. This is posted on New York Post.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down.
So the initial lawsuit actually was filed by a Jane Doe, but Shannon Sharpe took it upon himself to just tell the name. He just mentioned the name of the person. He's calling it a shakedown. Okay, because and then after this video, by the way, then we found out that he had actually offered to pay $10 million. If I'm accusing you of something and you offer to pay me $10 million to go away, I might just realize that there's more money in there. I have I have the leverage. So let me ask for more, or let me just go and file a lawsuit. I'll get more because you care, because you have a lot to lose, right? Let's keep going.
My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
All right, so it's sad. So this is what he posted out there, but I'm looking at this right now. This was posted 1 hour ago by the Shade Room, and let's see what this audio says. Let's see if there's any updates to this.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
All right, so they have been releasing audios and tapes and all that kind of stuff. So listen in. As you can see, the caption here on Shade Room says additional audio has resurfaced from an alleged conversation between Shannon Sharpe and the woman accusing him of SA. In the recording, SA is sexual assault, so I won't repeat that as much. In the recording, Shannon is reportedly heard saying he would choke the woman in public. Listen to this.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
All right, so saying this kind of stuff on a phone, and you are worth millions of dollars is nasty work. It's wild. Who is Shannon Sharpe? Some of you might be completely confused. Who the hell is Shannon Sharpe? Shannon Sharpe is an American former professional football tight end who played 14 seasons in the National Football League, that's the NFL, primarily with the Denver Broncos. Regarded as one of the greatest tight ends of all time, he ranks third in tight end receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. He's actually 56 years old. So we're going to actually correct that. He's 56 years old, and allegedly the young lady that's speaking on the phone is about 19, 20, 21, something like that. So one of the debates, the massive debates that has been going on across social media since this news broke has been, is it appropriate for a 56 years old to be messing with a 21-year-old girl, whatever the age is? All right, but that's who Shannon Sharpe is. This is a big guy, both physically and in terms of societal status. He recently launched a podcast that went to, he was actually he has an Hall of Fame induction from 2011. He's a 6'2" guy. He's a big guy, like I was saying. It's a football player, of course, American football player. So this guy is well known around the world. So this news is crazy. So again, let's keep listening to that audio.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what?
This sounds like he's jobless with anything outside of making all that money, but he has no life outside of just making money. Sounds like a low quality life if you ask me. Just my own opinion anyway. Somebody who will finish all these hours of work, a podcast, have people work for them, and then they will come home and they'll be bored. They're single, right? A single man at the age of 56. They might come out here and brag to you and say, you 56 and single, I could do anything I want. I could have any girl I want. You could have any girl you want, but you are on OnlyFans with some early 20 years old, allegedly. But I mean, they filed a lawsuit now, so big black guy chokes small white woman, and you're saying stuff like that. A lot of, you know, when they say money misruled, this is an example of it though. Just so you know, just because people have money and they are big in society doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't mean happiness. At least we know that. Because if this guy is, oh my god. Anyway, let's keep going. Let me not say too much.
Well, what, Gabby?
Well, you're
Gabby.
coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I
This is the original audio right here. So listen, the original audio they released.
feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a bitch to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Manipulation.
If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you.
All right, so Shannon Sharpe faces lawsuit for $50 million over SA allegations. So Jane Doe is the official name from the lawsuit. So it's only Shannon Sharpe that's coming out so far to say the actual person is some kind of Gabby from OnlyFans. Okay, because he's trying to jump ahead of it now. I guess he doesn't have $50 million to give away for free. He was offering to give $10 million. Anyway, Jane Doe, through her famed lawyer Tony Busby, filed a lawsuit on Sunday in Nevada. She claimed in it that she met the ex-Denver Broncos player at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023 when she was just 20 years old. So she should be about what? 22 years old now. She says she began a consensual relationship with him, though she described it as a controlling and verbally abusive one. Well, if you're 56 years old and you're getting with a 20-year-old and you have all that money and this is an OnlyFans, your guess is as good as mine. What do you think is gonna happen? They just gonna always call it consensual? Of course not. Even on a normal day, probably not. If you are that large of an entity in the society, right? According to her suit, in late 2024, after she tried to break things off with him, he SA'd her. She said he again sexually SA'd her in January 2025. I mean, this guy's a big guy. So now, you know what's about to happen in court? Well, somebody's about to drop some more money and then lose their reputation. Yeah. Shannon Sharpe, go explain.
Explain, because no evidence.
You have to be careful. The higher you go in society, the bigger you are, the larger you are, the more of a leader you are, the higher the position you occupy, the more responsible you have to be in society. It's the same argument why men must take responsibility for being a leader in a marriage, in a relationship. All right, same exact reason. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. All right, so back to the story. So I got interrupted by a phone call. So Boss B released an audio. So this guy, 2025. So Boss B released an audio Tuesday of an alleged conversation between, and that was the audio I just played for you. Some of them, right? Now Davis acknowledged the audio in this meeting with media members Tuesday. Who is Davis? And stated his client. David is Shannon Sharpe's allegedly that's Shannon Sharpe's attorney, and stated that his client spoke in the heat of the moment and did not literally mean his words.
We go explain because no evidence.
All right, the explanation has started. The shalaye has started. I mean, they don't have a choice. They have to do shalaye now, because he said he wants to defend himself. He said, as for the rest of Jane Doe's allegations, Davis denied all of them repeatedly and said they will be filing a counterclaim against Jane Doe shortly. Davis also said he believes there will be a video of Sharpe and his accuser released sometime in the near future. So this guy actually has a video sex tape out there with this young lady. He cautioned people to withhold judgment on it and whenever it drops, insisting it's heavily edited. Okay, by AI?
We go explain because no evidence.
Gentlemen, remember, I'm not making a claim that he's guilty or he isn't. The point is that if you have a lot to lose, and what that means is that the higher you go in life, it's not a celebrity thing, it's anybody. If you're a leader in your household, if you're a husband, you have a lot more to lose. It is your responsibility. If you want to be a leader, if you want that title to be a leader, you want to go higher in society, you have to understand that that comes with more responsibility. Ladies, the same thing is applicable to you. Okay, and also if you want to play that partnership role in a family setting, that means you want to be a leader. That means it comes with responsibility. It's not a free ride. It means you're choosing to take on a leadership responsibility. A leadership responsibility is not just money. Okay, it's a responsibility thing. Okay, I said, like, who's responsible? Me. I'll take the blame, literally. That's what it means. All right, so for Sharpe's part, he released a video statement calling Jane Doe's allegations a shakedown. And I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. He said, and I'm going to be out there telling. So we played that video earlier on. So now, he actually offered the accuser at least $10 million to settle the case before it came public. Shannon Sharpe's attorney just revealed the Pro Football Hall of Famer made an offer to his accuser of at least $10 million to close out the case before it went public. And who's representing Sharpe? Lanny J. Davis, who's representing Sharpe in the ESPN personality civil SA case against Jane Doe, said in a meeting. All right. Davis later added it was a big surprise to us. And I quote, it was a big surprise to us. Suddenly, this case was filed without any advanced warning because you offered me $10 million. And then I realized suddenly, I think I might be able to get $50 million, maybe 25. It's still like twice $10 million. Okay, maybe I will share about $2 million of it or $5 million of it with the attorney. This attorney, by the way, Tony Bosby, his credibility is terrible. He filed a lawsuit against, he helped a young lady file a lawsuit against Jay-Z not too long ago. It was all dismissed because, again, there was no credibility. And they also said he's used to this kind of behavior across the board. All right. Let me see. Stephen A. Smith reviews conversation he had with Shannon Sharpe. He said, said he received permission to deliver a message from ESPN and Disney about the $50 million lawsuit. And I recruited Shannon, but I am not the boss, Smith said, referring to when Sharpe left Fox for ESPN in June 2023. Those are other folks. There are layers to this, and there are certain layers that even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to Disney, the co-chairman of Disney, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear that ESPN is taking this matter very seriously, and we're looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that is all he said. And I can mention his name because I received this permission to say that. I don't know what that means. I'll tell you what that means. We're going to protect the bag, or you are on your own when you move like this and you are hanging out with 20-year-old who have nothing to lose. Any 20-year-old who is on OnlyFans has nothing to lose. Yes, I said it. Okay. And I quote, I have no idea what direction ESPN and Disney will go in when it comes to this matter. Smith said, all I do know is I won't be making the decision. It will be others upstairs. In the end, all of us have someone to answer to, no matter how maverick we try to be, and we own our own business. There are bosses. That's the situation that unfortunately that Shannon Sharpe find himself in at this particular moment in time. So, question for you real quick. Do you think it's appropriate for a 56-year-old man to date a 20-year-old, regardless of if they're only fan or not? Do you think that's appropriate? Because that's the major debate that has been going on around social media. Okay. Sharpe was emphatic in stating his innocence, that this is a shakedown. All right, so now let me see some of the comments out there on the internet. That video that he did, this video right here, there's some comments here. Somebody said, sex tape, duct tape, it won't, Shannon, in 5. So it's a corn, strawberry vape, Batman's cape, Lakers in, $50 million. Who he think Shannon slept with? Chelsea, Clinton? Anyway, Chelsea and Clinton. This video wouldn't even be necessary if you were to use better judgment and some discernible sense. That's it. Better judgment and discernible sense is all this is. It's not about being innocent, not sleeping with 20-year-old. It's not about that. It's about better judgment and discernible sense. I agree with that. Honestly, Mr. Sharpe, and no disrespect, but when will you outgrow this bachelor behavior? You're 56 years old. All that money, you never outgrow it. You think you can always get away with it? You think that's the first girl? Of course not. What do you think? Do you think that's the first girl? Fine, we understand monogamy and marriage is not for everyone, but do hold yourself to some higher standards. This is one of the many reasons why marriage and monogamy is probably best for you. Again, you keep your house in order, you keep things in one place, it's easier for you to manage. If you want to spread them all over the place, you have to have structure. You know, like Tinubu, you have to have structure in places to manage them, and there's no guarantee. Well, the more spread around you are, the more your guarantee is weak. You know, someone who is in your position and clout should want to appear better. Sleeping around with women with OnlyFans accounts, what did you think was going to happen? You know, Shannon probably had one of those boys around him that will go and just get any girl, say, go get me any girl. And, you know, of course, those ones just want to collect money and do it the easy way. What did they do? They go on the internet, they start going on their phone. What do you think they're going to go? Of course, OnlyFans, of course. The purpose of these OnlyFans people is clearly to make money using the appeal of their body and sexuality. And here you go, taking the bait. There wouldn't be a shakedown if you were to do better. I do wish the best of luck with this decision, though. Word. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Nobody's perfect, but be careful. The more you have to lose, the more you have to be responsible with your conduct. The older you are, the more you have to be responsible with your conduct. The more mature you want to claim, the more you have to be responsible with your conduct. Aren't you old enough not to get yourself in this situation? You know, this guy was playing for how long? For the longest. He probably never grew up. Shannon Sharpe probably never grew up. I'm not talking about what he says out of his mouth. I'm talking about in his personal life, in terms of self-control. Sorry for the noise in the background. Somehow somebody decided to make some noise outside of my door at this time. Hopefully it's not too bothering. Let me push my microphone closer. Busby, Bumblebee, Spelling Bee, Lakers in. Standing with you, Unc. All right, $50 million, man. Let me see the comments on the Shade Room post. I think we probably will get some better, some more real comments up there. Somebody says always the big black outlets shaming their biggest black entertainers. The big black entertainers need to be more responsible. This is a society of everybody. If you think that your color of your skin makes you more vulnerable, the more reason why you need to be more responsible, don't you think? So she was setting this man up the whole time. You can think of it that way. You can also think of it as he was setting himself up, right? It's up to you. It depends on how you want to look at it. You can also think of it as he was setting himself up, because I don't know, I feel for him, because again, nobody's perfect. But the lesson here is a major lesson is that you have to keep your house in order. It doesn't matter marriage or not. Okay, you have a whole house, you have a home, you have people around you, you have a lot to lose. You have to keep them in order. You have to keep structures around them. That's the whole point of anything that looks like an institution, such as marriage or whatever. I'm using that lightly because it could be anything, as long as you have a form of structural thing around your life, then you are safer, obviously. If not, you're exposed. You're exposed all over the place. So it could be marriage, it could be family, whatever you want to call it. Because now he's saying it's family, but it's really talking about probably grown kids that he had outside of wedlock. Because I don't know the full gist of his of the children that he has or anything like that. All right, so somebody said a new cat said all lies will be exposed, but damn, the host of the show, he said it was included. Yeah, Cat was on that show, said it. This was definitely a setup and planned. That is an obvious statement. That is not the lesson. The lesson is the more you have to lose, there's somebody actively out there setting you up as we speak right now, and they're planning to pull the rug from under you because that is their livelihood. Okay, sometimes it's not even money, sometimes it's just what makes them feel better. So be guarded or be guided. My black wife Shannon needs one. Just asked a good question. I wonder how many OnlyFans models are CIA agents. Hey, Dr. Boyce said that, right? Let's say, I guess we are good enough now, black beautiful queens. Once a black man goes through this, now he wants our sympathy. Oh, those are your sons. You wanna shame him? Those are your sons. Be careful. Shaming is not what you're looking for. You're looking for lessons. These are your sons, your brothers. Okay, they are just as vulnerable. Nope. How are we good enough now? Again, these are your sons, these are your brothers. Be careful. Slowly, easy. Take it easy. Somebody say embarrassing. Set this SSA right up now, and he took the bait. Just go on and resign, cause they're gonna let you go, brother. Good thing about Club Shay Shay, I can't let you go from there. That's the thing. You just own Club Shay Shay, make your money, center, but there's a whole lot more money when, a lot more guaranteed money when you sign a massive deal with some of these corporations, and it's about to lose all of that. Someone said giggles in black love. That's terrible. Damn, Unc, you too grown to not be on point. You should have known the way she was talking that you was being recorded. Yeah, but when you're in that spot, may God help you. Why her name had to be Gabby? Jesus. The way she was talking gave I'm recording, but if you are the one receiving a head from this young lady, you probably won't be thinking that. The way she was talking, yeah, you probably, what y'all cooking for dinner tonight? Think I want some salmon and rice. Can you imagine? Shannon too smart to not see that girl was setting him up. They clearly do a lot of choking. All right, so the choking thing, they were doing a lot of choking talk. It was probably mostly consensual, but again, that's the whole point of setups, right? That's the whole point. So you have to protect yourself. How do you protect yourself, gentlemen? Get married. get married. Okay, don't wait until it's too late before you start to say. This guy was saying, I don't know about marriage. He was on the show like, this one, I'm not sure. I think I wanted to cover it one time. I was just like, let me just leave this guy alone, you know, because my audience. But hey, this is another lesson of why marriage is important, especially for you gentlemen. You don't have the luxury of running around and saying, I don't think I want married. You don't have that luxury. Okay, there's too much danger out here. But hey, hopefully they learn. Cameron breaks down the red flags for Shannon on how to know when a woman's setting up. Let's see what he's saying. Cameron was a rapper. He's now a podcaster. Let me see what he's saying.
Look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you? I don't know. Me personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out or 10 minutes, whatever it is. I guess there's some part in there for 30 seconds because
Shannon did say to put out the whole 30 minutes. You know how I see that?
Explain, because no evidence.
Why would I put out the whole 30 minutes when that's not the goal? The goal is to shake you down, remember? That's why you should be careful. Keep your house in order. Whatever that means to you, keep it together. The enemies are right outside the door. Yes, they are busy planning and setting you up as we speak. Okay, it's too late to be talking about all these red flags. It's too late right now. He's gonna have to drop something. All right, whatever that video says, from 56 years old to 20 years old or 54 to 20 years old, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're gonna do with that information. I don't know if I think it's a useless. He needs to just drop some money right now. Maybe negotiate $15 million and then quit his job because they're not gonna want to associate with that. Most likely not.
Brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's gonna release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up.
Yeah.
If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you reducing it. But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada.
Wait.
She moved from California to that 30. It must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the throw against the dresser. You white little bitch, come here, suck big black dick.
Jesus.
What you talking about? You
God
want
have
nigga
mercy.
dick? I get that.
God
bro.
have
I get
mercy.
it.
Oh my God.
I tell white bitches you want that.
Oh
nigga dick.
my
But
God.
it's consensual. They agree.
Oh
You know
my
what I'm saying?
God.
But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches.
Shut up. You talk
I
too
don't wanna
much.
get choked.
Shut up.
That ain't
That's
something
the
you
whole
usually
point.
say. Hold on. You don't usually talk to me like this. Why are you talking to me like this now?
Part of it is that you talk too much. Part of it is that you all talk too much. All right. This is photos surface of 20-year-old or 21-year-old Gabi Zuniga woman suing Shannon Sharpe, according to Shannon Sharpe. And you want to be single forever? You're gonna be exposed. Not exposed as you're doing a bad thing, as in it's exposure. It's unnecessary exposure. First of all, unless you are an athlete or anything like this, nobody's gonna take you seriously, and they can only take you as serious as far as you have a scandal. Once you have a scandal, they will drop you. They will drop you instantly. All right, that's photos of Gabi. Anyway, 1 second, guys. Second. All right, so now let's forget about that guy. You know, that's part of the issues that I'll be talking about when it comes to this guy. Let's talk about Monique. Monique actually tried to warn Shannon Sharpe when she was a guest on the show. Let's listen to this. Let's go back. Not this one. All right, so there you have it. That's Monique trying to warn Shannon Sharpe long before now. Listen to this. It's 56 and he's always asking random people about the dating phase and like, okay, yes, it's single, but and it's different now. Does that sound familiar? Everybody thinks it's different. It's not different. If you find yourself single in 2025, there's a game you need to learn. Money is not the game. Just because you have nice body, ladies, it's not a game. That can only go so far. Money and sex can only, anything aesthetic in nature, anything that's materialistic in nature, anything that's surface level, shallow, myopic in nature, it can only take you so far. So this is why I say, do work on yourself, because this type of moment, yours might not look like a $50 million lawsuit. It might just be the next time you get ghosted. How does that feel here every time you get ghosted? You don't understand why. Because you're a fine girl. You don't get it. Why you are getting ghosted all the time. Gentlemen, you don't understand why you're getting ghosted all the time. Even though you're a 6-figure multiplied by 2-3 times tech, you don't understand it because the quality of the quality people are here, they can smell it. Right? So he's asking Auntie about dating, and that's what gave birth to that statement. Hold on, let me refresh this. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's listen to it one more time. Let's listen.
They talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
I'm not 56 and trying.
But you trying to say what you trying to say? Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at.
They're talking to you, bro. How old is Monique? I wonder how old Monique is, right? How old is Monique? Monique, 57. She's barely older than him, and she's been married for a while now, right? So it's like, and I'm looking at you. I'm not 56 and I'm not trying.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at you. Let me tell you.
He doesn't want them. He doesn't want them around his age. He doesn't want them 40. He doesn't want them 30. He wants them Olu Eleje Tutu, young. You know, because why? Because men can get with anything at any age. Is that all? That's all you need just to be able to. Of course, you can get with anybody at any age, but is that safe for you? That's the question. Is that the safest way for you to go about having a life partner or having sex? Because the reality is that all of you will have sex. Oh, I don't want marriage. Like, women can say, throw their hands in their hair, say, I don't want marriage. They can do that. They can probably afford to do that because at some point somebody might sweep them off their feet and they can change their mind. After all, they are known to be able to change their mind anytime. They have that luxury. Gentlemen, you don't have that luxury. You don't have that luxury to be able to, first of all, to be throwing your hands in the air. This is your society. You're leading here. You don't get to say, that's it. I don't want to anymore. I am angry. You don't get to do that. You don't have that luxury. You don't have the luxury to be having sex all over the place. In one respect, you can say women can do that too because they can get pregnant anyhow. Yeah, that's another respect. I'm talking to you, spreading your seeds all over the place. It's, especially if you have a lot to lose, it's not conducive. It's not good. It's not safe for you. Not especially if you have all this money and you have all these guys around you that will bring random girls into your house and you have no idea where they're coming from. We're finding out it's OnlyFans. He probably didn't know it's OnlyFans until they've been doing investigation in the last few days. He probably didn't know. He probably just had somebody, one of the guys around. Just just get some chicks over. It's just a party. Take their phones. Gotta be careful. You can take their phones still. If people can dodge phones into a club, they can dodge a phone into your house. If people can dodge a phone and sneak a phone into a prison yard, they can probably sneak a phone into your house. I'm just saying. Am I preaching my so I'm just comparing apples to oranges here based off of this terrible, terrible story. Because this guy is about to lose it all. Anybody can come down from any pedestal. Let's keep going.
What Shannon needs.
Let me live my
Let me
life.
tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I do.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Damn.
When they want you to go for the 4th round,
Said
you look at her
damn.
like, bitch, listen, I need you. Want some money?
Come on. Oh, they talk to us.
He said, damn. Let me see the comment. Is there any comment here? No comments. Let me see if I can find the comments. So, where are the comments now? Let's see here. Okay. Want some money and go to Starbucks? Not relevant. So I got next, Onk. Well, this was kind of after all the stuff happened. Well, he's been doing it probably all of his career, so it's very easy to get lost in the source of this type of behavior, right? I don't see Monique telling Tracy Ellis she don't need no younger man. Oh yeah, that's another story we should cover. The same thing is applicable to them, but she's not violating people or potentially being accused of violating people. She doesn't. Remember, I was just saying Tracy Ellis doesn't have that same risk. Let me put that on my backlog here because we should talk about Tracy Ellis at some points. I will talk about that. Okay. So as I look at her OnlyFans, she obviously consented to whatever is being sued over. I see, that's what you don't understand. This is the part you don't understand.
We go explain because no evidence.
You don't get it, do you? You don't get it. You go explain tired. You go explain. No evidence. You don't want to be a 56-year-old man welcoming all type of 20, 21, 22-year-old OnlyFans. You don't want them in your house. That's not what you want, bro. It's just too risky. That's the point. It doesn't matter if it's consensual or not. You're exposed. Anything can be painted. It's about painting pictures. Guess what they do in a court of law? Once they see all the facts. It's all about facts. You need evidence. Yeah, after they've seen it, guess what they have to do? They have to look at who painted the best picture. Who has to drop some money? Judgments. Because this is a civil lawsuit anyway. She just wants money. Okay? She just wants money. So there's no argument there. Stop arguing with your destiny. Nobody's arguing if she wanted money for a setup or not. The point is that you don't put yourself in this kind of position because at the end of the day, in love and war, all is fair. Every woman's supposed to be on this. When women get back to this life, gonna level out. I don't understand. Look at her on OnlyFans. Okay, somebody said you can't speak for everyone. 4 rounds may be too much for you. Now, generally speaking, when you are at 56 years of age and you're competing with girls who are taking drugs, who all they do for a living is that, it's probably not what you need. You don't need that. You need good loving. You don't need sex. Good loving includes sex, but you don't need just sex. That's not what you're looking for. Of course, if you've never experienced one, you don't know what you're missing. But no, that's not what you need at that age. She's right. Somebody said 20-year-old grown-ass woman is not crime. Stop hating on that man. Nobody says it's a crime. That's why it's in a civil lawsuit. Remember? See, you're arguing with your destiny. That's why it's a civil lawsuit. Nobody, it's not a criminal lawsuit. It's you're about to lose money and potentially a livelihood. See, again, you go explain tired.
We go explain because no evidence.
You're not getting it, do you? You don't get it, huh? You do not get it. Hopefully, you're gonna learn the hard way. Shannon right now has been learning the hard way over the past 24 to 48 hours. Yours might not be $50 million. Like I said, there's a lot more to lose. The emotional loss is the worst. The one where you're like, oh, Shannon's gonna be fine. Probably has some savings somewhere. And he probably doesn't know what he's missing out. If he's never had a good loving from a woman who actually loves him, he probably doesn't know what he's missing either. But he's going to miss that money. That $100 million he was negotiating, oh yeah, he's going to miss that. Trust me. Just trust me on that. Let's see, man, those are rare breeds for sure. So what he do to the 20-year-old? What's the allegation? But yeah, when you see, can you put Jesus Christ? All these comments, man. But yeah, when you're that old, you post you're supposed to stick closer with your age, because yeah, all they're gonna want is your money, and yeah, to try and get you in some BS. That's a fact. Potu. She should be telling everybody, sound like my ma. Be a voice, not an echo. All right. Let's see if I can find some other one. Might need some stepping out, but he will always come home. It's nasty work. Keep him where he is. Wala. That is nasty work. But they're talking like older folks, so yeah, I missed that part when she said it. Ain't his kids grown though? Maybe he used to date black women. That's like white person saying I'm not racist. I got a black friend. All right, listen to this one. There's a comment about if he didn't like black women or not. This is a part of the issues. This is a part of the issues right here. Listen to this.
And
Hold on.
someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women. And
Before you go any further, can I say this?
please,
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
baby, come on,
Never chase a lie.
come on.
Why?
And you never said that, right?
So that's the part where he said that was a lie. I never said that. I never said that. So I'm not gonna be chasing after a lie. But I don't know if you said that, but there's no smoke without fire. Also, this evidence right here, does he like black women? I don't know. Look at the girl, that he's picking up on OnlyFans. If he's using money to pick up these girls, what do you think he's gonna pick up? He's gonna pick up his spec, his taste, right? But just a chance. We don't know, right?
I've never said.
Okay, so that's why I said
I got black kids.
that's what I said. I said that baby's black.
Yes.
They not confusing.
Yes.
We ain't trying.
Well, he had those kids. I think the kids are grown, so he had those kids when he couldn't exercise options as a high value NFL ex-player that he is, right? So it's a little different. The story is a little deeper, right? So you can't. The black kids is not evidence of your spec. That's just evidence of what was available when you didn't have options. But let's keep listening.
Trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black. They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Someone said Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Black. Okay. So, and y'all stop putting lies out about my brother, because I was in my feelings when y'all said he didn't date black women. Y'all stop that shit. You stop it. Now he might throw a white one in there every now and again. And it's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes we ain't into everything. We don't do everything. So sometimes Uncle Shay need a spice of life.
Yeah, see? There you
He
go.
need to go cross the street, but he always gonna come back. That's all we saying to you, Oprah and Tyler. Come on home.
Oh, that's what they were saying.
Come on home. Come on home. Come on home.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Black.
So there you have it. Let me see here. What else do we have before I round up this segment here? By the way, hit the like button, share, subscribe. I am your coach. You can see all our books. My wife and I have 2 books in the description box. You can download them for free. Or you can just go to manofprestige.com. One is called Number 1 Red Flag. A man who is 56 years old, never been married, doesn't have any children, is a walking red flag. But that's the easy part. Most of you are walking red flags. You want to know if you're a walking red flag? You're going to attract other red flags. This book right here, you can download it for free, manofprestige.com. And then if you're in a marriage, a broken marriage, this is a good testimony book. It's my wife and I's testimony. You can download it for free as well. All right. They are both about 175 to 200 pages. They're very quick read, easy to read. Yeah. Just wanted to put that out there real quick. All right. So what else do we have here? She was right. Now Unc having explaining to do. Shake my head. Somebody said, I don't always agree with Monique, but she was right this time. She tried to tell him, but he didn't listen. It was too late to listen. The deed had been done already. This girl has relationship with him since 2023, and there are probably other girls. And by the way, this kind of story tends to breed other type of similar stories. There might be more people coming out that will say, me too. Because he has the money to perpetuate this behavior and do it over and over and over again. So there might be some more Me Too's out there. I hope not. Uncle Sharpe, Shannon, I don't wish that on you, but I don't know. The way these things work, there might be more people that will file more lawsuits. I don't know, man. So you're telling me that dating an older woman was, as a celebrity, you can't get extorted? She's not speaking facts. You don't understand. You're still explaining. You don't understand. Let's see. Let's see what Queen Narcissist has made about herself this time. Oh God. Oh my God. Are we not sick of her by now? Oh my God. What was the point of the posting? Problems everywhere. Problems. Probably. All right. Let me see. Yeah, so Monique warned him, but I don't know if that was an actual warning. I think it was too late at that time. This is probably a lifetime of behavior. Okay, this is probably more so a lifetime of behavior, and when I say lifetime, I say like throughout this career life. So I don't know, I think it's gonna they're gonna have to fight this through. It's gonna take a while before he comes out of it. It's good. He would have lost a lot of money already. Okay, and maybe it's not a big deal because after all, money is not everything, right? So maybe, but he's gonna have to fight and lose some money. So the lesson, what is the lesson here? The main lesson for me is that, people are saying they don't want marriage anymore. Nobody is doing marriage anymore. We're scratching the surface. That's real. Some people are saying that, but is that safe? No, it's a bad idea. Freedom is not freedom if it's just a matter of being having the freedom to do anything you like. That's not freedom. Freedom is freedom when you have the freedom to do the right thing. Okay, when you're positioned to do the right thing. See, I'm just gonna tell you right now that the idea of people skipping the institution of marriage is a very dangerous game. Okay, because if that meant they will be skipping sex, then it's not a big deal, right? But if it means people are gonna be having sex, then it's a big deal. Okay, it's a big deal, and it's something that we need to pay attention to. It's something that you need to start having conversation with your kids around. If marriage is not happening to you, I'm not talking to you. If marriage is not something you want, I'm not talking to you. If you've never really it's just not who you are, that's different. But I'm talking about people that are frustrated with the dating game and they think the solution is to just get out there and exercise their freedom and liberty, sexual liberation. You're adult. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just letting you know right now, the more you have to lose, the more exposed you are to dangers. And those dangers, they're real. Okay, and the higher value you think you are, the more dangerous it is for you. Okay, the higher value you think you are or that you actually are, the more dangerous it is for you. Write that down. Mark it down. You can tell them that I said it. Okay, mark it down, write it down. You can tell everybody else that I told you so. There's some new text messages as reported on the route or something like that. A new text message. Let me see. Before we leave, let me see if I can share something with you guys. A new text message. Hold on 1 second. All right. So, like I was saying, there's a text message that they're saying here. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for the text message. Okay, so anyway, this report says, whoa, new text from Shannon Sharpe's sexual assault accuser give me a lot to answer for. Shannon Sharpe continues to find himself entangled in sex-related scandals, and the acts are becoming increasingly challenging to ignore. As previously reported by The Root, the NFL veteran is being sued. Okay. Let's see. Defending the sexual interactions as consensual, the retired. Let's see here. There's a shakedown. According to new reports, Shannon reviewed that the NFL, $10 million. The multi-million-dollar offer was made during. I'm looking for the text. I can't find the text. All right, so it's just a headline. Nonsense. Let me see. There might be a couple more comments here that I want to make sure I touch on. The comment says, hold on 1 second, guys. Somebody said he's not aggressive, he's insecure. Let's be honest, that's the only reason a man of his age and stature would pursue a 20-year-old. It's not about love or connection, it's about control. He needs to feel smarter, more successful, more powerful. He needs someone who will look up to him, not challenge him, someone with less to lose, so he can walk away at any moment with no consequences. But that's the plot twist, because she has nothing to lose. She could very well cost him everything. We're talking about a Hall of Famer, a respected football icon with a podcast that's become legendary in his own right, a man who has earned the reverence of fans and peers alike. This guy's supposed to be competing with the Joe Rogans, and it's over now. Yet chooses to invest his time and reputation in someone who hasn't even stepped into the ring of womanhood, let alone life. This isn't aggression. This isn't greed. In my opinion, this is insecurity dressed up as dominance. Let this be the takeaway. Almost think about the result before you take the risk, because sometimes what looks like a game is actually a gamble, and the cost far greater than the thrill, my friend. Yet think long term. Short term will always deceive you. The short term benefits will always deceive you. Think both short and long term. This is the white woman Kevin Gates talking about. Yeah, Kevin Gates a few days ago was saying that white women look at LeBron James a little bit better. So I say again, I know it's tempting, but there's a specific group of women that should mind their own business on this one, or whatever. I don't feel bad for bro. You're almost 60 and you're out here really playing with 19-year-old white OnlyFans model, and you're really surprised how she did you. You're too old not to know better. Anyway, I think we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a day. What lessons do you extract out of this? I'm not going to repeat the lessons I think we're getting out of that. I think there's a lot of lessons. But what lessons do you get out of this? What would you like to say to Shannon Sharpe? Say it in the comments. What would you like to say to all the Shannon Sharpes out there? They're afraid of marriage. They're scared of a broken prenup. They're afraid of a woman coming to their life and splitting all their fortune 50-50. But they don't mind giving away $50 million every now and then. Right? $50 million is a lot of money. Maybe it's not, right? Somebody said never on the phone. Got it. You talk to you talk to me. Got it. And take them glasses off. I said take the A man without sexual discipline is a liability to himself. Yes, facts. What would you like to share with Uncle Shannon here? Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing me.